What's up, everybody? Tommy here, Math Productions, and jumping right into a random encounter that I've never experienced, at least to date, in this game. This person here, Paisley, I randomly saw this ship landed not that far from where we landed on this moon, just looking for a place that we can start setting up some mining outposts. And I ran over to this ship. Well, I drove over on the Grav 79, and as I got out the ship to go run, or as I got out the Grav 79 to go run up to this ship and explore it, I saw this random person walking with a Xeno, kind of like I would be, like how an NPC would see me walking around with Clyde. I just saw them walking around. Went up and talked to them. They have a little bit of a backstory that you can read through, and they are a vendor. They carry around a few items. Super random. Have never seen Paisley before in this game. So that's where I wasn't even recording when I started to check out the encounter. So I paused it real quick, started recording to show you guys and to see if anybody else has maybe seen Paisley and their Xeno before, or if maybe this is like the first time. I don't know. I don't remember ever hearing about that encounter, and it's little stuff like that that makes the game so much fun for me. It makes it really enjoyable when you're just exploring and new things happen a year plus in. That's super cool, at least to me, right? But we went ahead and found a spot that we put down a outpost beacon. There's only iron and helium-3 anyway on this moon, but I wanted to show real quick the overall layout for how you can find different assets, specifically the Wicked Workshop assets in the build menus. And it's just going to be real brief. I'm not going to do any extensive decorating, but I'll kind of give you an idea of the things that I like to do initially whenever I'm setting up my outpost builds. Hopefully one of the first things you noticed was in our driving around, exploring, finding a location, and then initially setting up and starting our location, we depleted all of the oxygen in our reserve, and instead of just using some of the O2 tanks that I've recently purchased from Paisley, a thing that you can do is place a airlock. And anytime you place an airlock, when you're in that initial entrance area, even before you go actually into the other side, into the main hab itself, as long as you're standing in the airlock, for whatever reason, it allows your oxygen to normalize and start to replenish. So that's normally where I stand whenever I'm building on a moon specifically that does not have a breathable atmosphere. Those are normally the only locations I'm building that don't have a breathable atmosphere. But if once you get that main initial structure set and an airlock in place, you can then stand in the airlock, go into that bird's eye view, and continue to build your main structures and your main layout from there. So I guess that's like the main tip number one, step number one when I'm building an outpost. It's not what you're seeing where I'm placing a bunch of different stuff. That's just to show you on screen where you can find things, whether it be in the miscellaneous tab, the power tab, the structures tab, for the Wicked Workshop mods. It's not just the forts, the manufacturing plants, the shipbuilders, stuff like that. It's also a ton of these smaller assets as well that really bring your builds to life. So again, though, back to what my mindset is, the main broad strokes when building. Number one, obviously, is actually find your location. Number two, get down the biggest pieces first. Number three, if it's a big open piece like these forts, get down the biggest pieces inside the perimeter of that bigger piece, right? And then start going smaller and smaller from there. So set up what each individual building is, decorate those buildings accordingly, and then decorate the street areas in between. If you start big and then work your way smaller, it will become very easy to plan out your layouts and to make them look not only usable and efficient, but lived in and decorated. But in play, we couldn't really build a whole lot more. We ran out of beryllium, so we went ahead and left to Neon City so that way we could see what fun we could get into, earn some credits, and get some of those resources we need. Last thing to note that you saw on screen, whenever you build with Wicked Workshop, before you leave that area, quick save, load back into it, and you're good to go. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you press the like button. Hope you consider subscribing to the channel. Take care till next time.